I work with job seekers who have a career gap. Some of my clients have a gap of a few months, others have a gap of over a decade. But most of them feel the same way. They feel as though they have a huge scarlet letter on them and employers are judging them. But as someone who worked on the other side of the hiring table for 17 years, I can tell you that there are things you can do so you are not overlooked simply because you have a gap in your employment. And today, I'm going to share 8 of those with you. Hi, I'm Laura, a career relaunch coach, and I am here to take your job search from stressful to successful. Point number 1 is that you need to get in front of it. Too often, job seekers wait until they're asked about their gap in employment. But that is playing defense, and you want to play offense. You want to be in control. You want to tell your version of your story. Now, it's just human nature to wonder. If you see a resume and there's a 5-year career break and it's just not addressed, the recruiter, the hiring manager is going to fill in their own version of what happened. And you don't want them to do that. You want to control the narrative. So rather than wait, be proactive. And now what should you say? Well, that brings me to point number 2. When you speak about your gap, you should do so very clearly and concisely. Now for me, I took a career break to stay at home with my son. I would simply say, yes, I intentionally took a step back from the paid workforce to focus on family. That's it. Your situation might be a bit different, so find a 1 or 2-liner that sums up your specific situation that you feel confident in delivering. And if you are like, that sounds great, but I need some help, I do work one-on-one with clients, and I will leave a link in the description below. And tip number 3 is that you should adjust the dates on your resume. I am not saying that you should lie on your resume, but I do want your resume to work in your benefit. So let's say you were at a position from March of 2022 to January of 2025, and it is now May of 2026. Rather than put those months on your resume, simply put the years that you worked there, 2022 through 2025. Rather than seeing that you haven't been working for a year and a half, they're only going to see that you haven't been working for a few months. Now, I will say, if you're going to do this, make sure that all of your previous employment aligns with this structure. And trust me, this is not uncommon. A lot of people do this on their resumes, and it is not a big deal. Now, point number 4 is that you should address your gap in your cover letter where appropriate. Yes, you do have to make a decision on if you should address it, and if you do, how you should do it. But I can tell you this, I actually had a client who did address it in their cover letter, and it turned out the recruiter who was looking at her cover letter actually understood because she had also taken a career break to care for an aging parent. So she got it. There was nothing that sounded any red flags. And in fact, it was a talking point that they had in common that kind of broke the ice. And point number 5 is that you need to seek out people who have gone before you, who have had their own gap in employment and who have successfully returned to the workforce. So often we feel as though we're having to figure this all out on our own. But I guarantee you, millions upon millions of people have had a gap in their employment for some reason and have successfully returned back to the workforce. So find those people, ask what worked for them, what didn't work for them, any insights they can share. And point number 6 is that when you are looking to return to work, whether or not you intentionally took a career break, you're coming back after a layoff, whatever the circumstances, when you are focused in on the industry or profession that you are looking to get a job in, I want you to seek out people who can give you insider knowledge of what you need to stand out from other candidates. Because if you are currently not working, you actually have an opportunity to take classes, to join professional memberships or organizations, to upskill in the areas that you need to, which will give you a leg up because you are demonstrating that you're keeping relevant and you have the skills that they are looking for. And point number 7 is that you need to get in front of a person, a human, as soon as possible. One of the worst mistakes that job seekers make is they simply apply online and think that their job is done. They're like, yep, I applied, now I'm just gonna sit back and wait. Well, you are not gonna do that, especially if you have a unique circumstance, which you do if you have a gap or a break in employment. You need to explain that to a human as soon as possible. Don't rely on a piece of paper or two to do that for you. Yes, you need to have a strong resume and strong cover letter, but get in front of somebody that you can actually have a conversation with, that can get to know you. If you do this, you are much more likely to make an impression and have them realize that you are not just a work history, but you're somebody who is a full human who might have had a break in your employment for whatever reason, but that doesn't matter because you still bring a lot of value. And finally, if you have a career break of a year or 2, then check out returnships. Now, returnships are like internships for mid-career professionals. These are internships that are paid and they offer you the opportunity to gain experience, to get your foot in the door at companies, and yes, sometimes they lead to full-time employment. Now, 2 websites that I recommend are irelaunch.com and pathforward.org, and I do a more comprehensive video, which I will link up here. But just know, if you have a career gap, it is not a game over type of situation. There are plenty of people who have navigated their way back, and more companies are realizing that career paths are not linear. So please give yourself grace as you go through this process and know that yes, you have something valuable to offer to employers. And if you're looking for a video on how to translate this onto your resume, then check out my video here.